In this video, I'll be reviewing this JBL Bar 2.1 Deep Bass MK2. I'll share with you the positive side and also the negative side of this model. So let's get started right away. So one thing that I liked is that it came with this quite big subwoofer. This is a 6.5-inch subwoofer. This is how it looks from under it. It will definitely give a lot of punch to your music. If you put it to the max, to the highest setting for the sub, for sure it may even shake your floor. This soundbar came with a remote control, but I have lost it. I have purchased another JBL remote control and it works. There's a few buttons that are not present on the original remote control, but basically this bass button will help you control how much bass you want in your music. So you have low, mid or high. I like to keep it to high since this is the deep bass version. Better use all the capabilities of this soundbar. Another thing that I like is just the sound quality in general, and I will put the sound test in just a few seconds so you see so you hear by yourself how good it sounds. But definitely it's crisp, it has good clarity, and again, great bass. Total power of this unit with the sub is 300 watts. 100 watts for the soundbar and 200 watts for the sub. That's enough power for a medium-sized living room. I'll put a link towards Amazon, by the way, if you want to get this model. So check this out. I'll also put links to other models. Connectivity wise, if you look at the back, we have the power port, we have an optical port, then a USB port. This can be used to upgrade the firmware of the soundbar or to listen to your music if you have put it on a USB drive. Now be careful because you won't be able to skip to the next song. There's no button to play, pause, to skip. It will simply play one by one in alphabetical order your music. So sometimes it's not really that useful. And over here we have an HDMI in if you want to plug a device to the soundbar, for example a PS5 or a DVD player. And HDMI out, this is where you're going to connect the cable that goes in the back of your TV in the ARC port so that your TV can control the soundbar. Otherwise, if we take a look at the buttons, we have the power button, on off, volume button, and the source selector. That's it. There's no other buttons on it. And on the sub, we have a pairing button, but it comes paired together from the factory. You don't have to do it. Now let me do a quick sound test, and just for your information, I'll put the bass to mid.
Angels live, they never die. Apart from us, behind the sky, they failing a soul who turn to ice. So ashes white in paradise.
So now that you have here everything, let me talk about the negative point. So one of them is that, well, this soundbar has all the basic features, as I just said, but it lacks Wi-Fi streaming. For example, there's no AirPlay, there's no Chromecast, or even an app control. Some soundbars will have an app where you can customize the EQ settings, the equalizer, so you can customize it exactly as you want. Unfortunately, over here there's no such of features. There's also no room calibration. You see, this remote control that is for a higher end JBL soundbar had this calibration button. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. Even if you buy it separately, you won't be able to calibrate, which means that the sound that comes out of the soundbar, this is how it is. You cannot change one bit about it. Otherwise, if you want to expand and not only have a 2.1 setup, but also have side speakers or rear speakers. There's no way to pair additional speakers with this soundbar. You're stuck with this exact setup. You can disconnect the subwoofer, but yeah, this is about it. That's the max you can do. And also, if you plan to put this soundbar on a table and your TV right above, as you see, there's no speaker firing up like on some other models, which means the sound comes directly. So it's better to mount this soundbar at your ear level. When you sit down on your couch, put the soundbar on the wall, and it comes, by the way, with hardware to mount it to the wall. You don't need to buy anything additional. But that's another limitation of this model. Otherwise, I'm quite satisfied with the sound quality. Definitely, if you're watching movies, or again, if you're listening to music, you're gonna really enjoy this 2.1 setup. I think it's one of the best, at least in this price range. So this is about it. Do you agree with what I said? Please leave a comment down below. Again, check my Amazon links if you want to purchase one. I get a very small commission every time you do so, and it helps my channel. See you in the next video.